I know what you're thinking. What in the gosh darn is Bits and Bombs? Bits and Bombs is a podcast deep diving into what it takes to do stand-up from a different comedian every episode. Follow new open micer Peter Doms in his journey to be an okay comic.
Omar Gad.
Yes.
Wait, did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. But I just, you never know.
Yeah.
Growing up, you probably got Oh My God a lot, right?
No.
What?
No, I didn't.
Really?
It's a stage name.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. It's a stage name.
It's actually it came the other way around. So instead of people thinking it was Oh My God, it was actually people would say, Oh my God, who is that guy and why is he doing that? Because I'd usually be doing something strange, and then it became my name through that.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. So that's just a stage name.
Yeah. I just went with it. It was either that because my family called me Gaj.
Yeah.
And my friends started calling me Omar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was either going to be Gaj Aina or Omar Gad.
Oh, shit. So, and this was like right before doing comedy.
So I think in the first Raw Heat, I was announced as Gaj Aina.
Oh. You don't meet many people that do stage names, so I can imagine I'm not the first person that's surprised to hear that it is a stage name.
Is that right? I didn't know that. I thought that I guess so.
I mean, as far as I can tell, most people use their normal names, but
yeah,
I mean,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I had to keep it under wraps.
Was there a particular reason to keep it under wraps, or?
Yeah, in case it didn't go well. I didn't want people Googling my name and seeing me bomb, dude. Like,
yeah, that's fair. Now that it's going well, do you think? Are you happy with the choice of just the stage name, or?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, can I change it back? But all my life I've gone by several names.
Okay.
Because it's too hard for your people.
White people, yeah.
to pronounce.
Yeah.
Like, my name is Gajanesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult for most people, so it became Gaj.
Yeah.
And that's even difficult for people because it's spelled with an A, and they're like, what? So then it became Gaj.
Uh-huh.
And then people thought my name was Gage. And so I just decided that I wouldn't have a single name. Like, if I order coffee, I have to be someone else, like Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started playing volleyball, and I was Freddie. And then it just got too much, and I ended up just being Freddie to all of these people that I met there because it was very social.
Yeah.
And then now I'm Omar to everyone.
Yeah, right.
And Gaj to my family.
Mm-hmm. It'd be funny, people that knew you as Freddie might see your raw stuff now and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's Omar?
Even when I used to work at the casino and I lost my name tag, so I just used to get one out the spare.
Oh, yeah.
So I was Wallace, and then I was I think that's where I got Fred from. I had a full Frederick. So I just always it's just easier. What about you?
It's just Peter Doms.
Where does Peter come from? How did they come up? How did they decide on Peter?
Yeah.
You don't know?
I can't say I've ever really looked into it.
What about Doms? Are you related to that?
Not Dama. No. No, Doms is German. I know that.
Yeah.
Like, I know that for sure, but yeah. So it is very close to Dharma, unfortunately.
But it's better than having the last name File.
Yeah, having File would be an unfortunate last name.
Yeah, that would. Or like Felia. Anyway. Yeah,
so when was your first gig?
It was December 20. It was a dark and stormy night. No, it was December 2023. I did a first time comedy night.
Holy shit. That wasn't that long ago at all.
Nah, but then it was just a one-off. We don't have many gigs in Darwin.
Uh-huh.
I did the first time gig with Amy Hetherington was holding it.
Mhm.
70 people at a hotel. It was actually a really good gig.
Yeah.
But I went all right, and I was like, oh, that was really fun. I want to do it again. I didn't record it, so I was like, oh, I can't ever like look back at what I like trying stand up. So I tried to sign up for an open mic. So I just looked up comedy open mic Darwin, and the only thing I could find that was like close in time was the Raw heats.
Mm-hmm.
So I signed up as Gajina, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then that was in February of 2024. So that felt like it was an actual first time on stage, because I realized the first time gig, everyone got laughs for everything. Like it was really, really nice. Like you could say basically anything. And then in the heat, some of the things that got laughs didn't get laughs, and I was like, oh, this is real. Like people are coming here to watch comedy, not first timers. And then I just did a few more of the heats. I managed to get through. Yep. Looking at my phone, reading jokes. Or just having it in my hand. And then I managed. They were like, probably don't do that. So I memorized my jokes. That was my next step. Memorize them. And then I got to the final in that one. Yep. And by that point, I was like, oh, okay, I need to properly memorize them, because I forgot halfway through. But it was funny, so it was all right. And then I went to the state final. Did a few gigs in between that, and then the Melbourne. That's how it started.
Yeah, rad. With like the heats and stuff, compared to your first night, was it all the same, like material?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, it was the first 5 minutes that I wrote. Mm-hmm. There might have been something else. Nah, I wanted to talk about public toilets, but I didn't end up exploring that. Yeah. I had like I was like, I'll talk about a breakup and mental health issues, or public toilets. Yeah. And Are you delving into the public toilet material now? I haven't. I'm just remembering it now. I'm remembering the toilet at the hotel that had the first time gig. It was really nice. And I was like, I'm going to mention this, but I forgot. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe there's potential for the toilet material now. Yeah. Maybe now is your time to do the toilet material. Yeah.
True.
And so what made you want to try stand-up? Like, what was the... Because you said that, like, Darwin doesn't get many gigs at all. Was it like... is there any type of scene in Darwin?
Yeah.
So there is a scene. It's just kind of...
I didn't know about the scene. Yeah. But I got into it just because there was like a sequence of events. I think everyone has a similar story about like doing a wedding speech and killing it.
Oh, yep.
But essentially my sister was getting married, and she didn't even ask me to give a speech. I was like, I have to give a speech. Like, I have to send you off. I'm your only sibling. And, but I was terrified of doing it. I was just terrified of public speaking. I tried it in uni, like even getting up and talking in class, I get really nervous and make a fool of myself. But then when I'm with my friends, I'm like all confident and like, oh yeah, like having a laugh and stuff. And I'm like, why am I so scared to be myself in front of normal people? I need to bulletproof this. I need to exploit this fear. I need to get rid of it. So I tried to do some public speaking so I wouldn't be nervous at my sister's wedding. So I tried a poetry gig. It was the worst. I tried to be funny and no one got it. But it was excellent poetry. I'll say so myself. I put so much effort. All the words were rhyming, and everyone was just like, what the hell are you talking about? Because I was talking about getting beat by my dad, but they took it a bit too serious.
Do you think it was them being like standoffish, or just kind of like didn't know how to respond to it because it's like the topic's quite...
Yeah, I think they were just like, what? Like, oh my, are you okay?
Yeah, it's probably more of a sympathy thing, and I was like, feeling bad to laugh.
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't like it at all, but I persevered, and then I did a law event where you can kind of have a go at doing some comedic advocacy. They have a young lawyers competition. It's called the Golden Gavel. It's actually Australia wide.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's come to Brisbane like.
Yeah.
Must come all the time, but yeah, I have seen it pop up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like the Raw for lawyers.
That's so crazy.
But I did that and made like a pretty funny speech, and got like a really good reaction from it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was all ready for my sister's wedding, and I did, gave a little speech, insulted my new brother-in-law's brother. And yeah, it was good. It was great. And then after that, I was like, oh, I should probably try this.
Yep. So you after that, you kind of had that kind of craving, I guess, for public speaking or just making people laugh kind of thing.
Yeah, I wanted to just do it again. I was like, oh, I need to, because I was still really nervous, always like super nervous getting up on the mic. So I just had to keep doing it. Exposure therapy, you know. To try to just keep doing it until it becomes normal, so I don't have to worry about like a borderline panic attack anytime I have to speak in front of like a classroom of peers or something. I was meant to be I was going to be a lawyer soon, so I had to talk in front of people. That's what I wanted to do, but I was too scared to do it. So it was like I kind of had to. But you know what's funny? Now I'm like comfortable on stage. Get up, pull a mic out, tell some jokes, but I'm still nervous, like talking in front of a group at work or anything like that, where like they're just like I finished my job and they had the boss gave a speech and he was like, oh, and I shared it with another guy, like the going away was shared, and the other guy gave like a little speech to everyone, and I was shitting my pants, like getting scared. I'm like, oh no, like, oh, they're gonna like, what are they going to think? Like, I don't know. I was just freaking out. So I didn't actually, luckily I had pre-prepared a card for everyone. So I just went and pulled it out. I just resorted to using a prop, basically.
Yeah, nice.
Pulled out this giant card and gave it to the boss, and then he read it to everyone, and everyone laughed. So I just did it through him. And then he was like, oh, you got anything you want to say? I'm like, no. So... yeah, still a long way to go.
Yeah. That's funny because I'm the type of person where I can get on stage like easy enough, but if there's like I'm at a restaurant and I need to ask for an extra chair kind of thing, fuck that.
Oh,
like I hate going over and be like, hey, can I have that chair? Nah, I'd rather stand like...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So I can relate to that. Like I feel like in weird, like normal social situations where people usually aren't nervous, I'm nervous, but... everyone's like, I could never get on stage. I'm like, that's easy for me. Like, obviously now it is. Like, it took a while, but social situations still, certain ones I'm like, nah, I'm not going to ask for a chair or things like that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think, I don't know what it is. We need to figure this out so we can be better people.
Yeah, just operate better in society.
Yeah. I'm starting to think now, I'm like, damn, should I have just tried to be more social instead of like, substituting it with stand-up comedy? Damn. It should be right. We'll be right.
Yeah, we'll be right. We'll survive. Right. How many times do you need an extra chair?
Exactly. Just like, stand. It's better. It's healthier. It's better for you. It's good practice for stand-up because we don't have chairs. And yeah.
And then... So with the Golden Gavel thing, you said you did that. Did you progress anywhere?
I got People's Choice.
People's Choice.
Yeah, they gave the judging panel gave it to another guy, but then everyone gets to vote, and they gave me and I gloated so hard. I was like, I'm the people's champion. That's me.
The people's champion.
The people chose me. Like, this is real democracy. But yeah, I didn't progress. I just got a little thumbs up, basically.
Oh.
A present, actually. I asked if I'd get a present, and then they were like, no, that we didn't get presents. And then one of the judges of the Supreme Court was like, You can have my present. He gave me his bottle of wine.
Oh, nice.
I know, it was really nice. I held on to it for like a few years and then I drunk it dry.
Wait, how long ago did you do that lawyer competition?
Oh, jeez, 2022.
Okay, yep. Yeah, fair enough. Nice. And then, have you always wanted to, like, I know you said the reason that you tried to like, have you always been into comedy and things like that?
Well, I watched comedies, like as in, I was a big fan of black books growing up.
Yep.
And I think I liked the idea of like playing a character, doing a bit. And I think I did that in my life a lot. And then I watched a little bit of stand-up, but I've never been a big fan of stand-up for a long time. Like I've watched, I can get down, you know, to a good Netflix special. But it's never been, I have so much I need to learn. Like getting into it, I was like, I don't know. I don't even know who my favorite is. I've seen like 3 or 4 and I like them all. And they were like the big ones. Like I'd seen Dave Chappelle. I'd seen Michael McIntyre and I'd seen Dylan Moran. I'd seen his stand-up because he's in Black Books, and Bill Bailey. All based around Black Books. Yeah. Pretty much. But now I'm getting into it. Because I understand it a bit more. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think I got into, like, I always liked, as you said, like comedy movies and stuff, but it wasn't until maybe like Netflix come along or a little bit before that is when I started watching. Oh, actually, I started watching like Eddie Murphy's specials and things like that in high school. So that was kind of the start of it for me, but it wasn't until out of high school that I started to like watch more stuff like Hannibal Buress. And
dude, I actually love Hannibal. I love the Eric Andre show as a whole. Yeah, it's so good. Hannibal made it so good when before he got big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't Spider-Man. But I really like that kind of humor, his dry humor. But I also find that the American and like British comics, like you're watching them, it's kind of hard to apply. Like you can't really get up and start talking crazy like Chris Rock, like with that same energy. Well, I can't, at least. I don't know about you.
No, I definitely can't.
Yeah.
I
don't know, the American and British different.
Yeah. I think too, like, I guess everyone has...
You don't agree?
Sorry?
You don't agree?
I feel like... I don't know. I feel like American and British stand-up's like two different kind of things. And I feel like Australia is like a weird... Like, it's kind of like a blend of both.
You reckon?
Yeah. But I feel like Australia's leaning more towards American.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because, I mean, we have so many cultural... but I suppose they do as well. From the British. Like, the British went over there and then they kind of did the whole Civil War. So there's still, like, traces of Western... The roots come from the... I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the issue that we have. Australian comedy has to be its own thing. Yeah. For some gigantic... But comics to come out.
That being said, I feel like I probably don't know what I'm talking about because I don't because I don't really watch much British like stuff. To be honest, I mostly watch American.
Okay.
Comics and things like that. So that's more so what I'm into. So.
Yeah, you know who I really liked actually? I did watch this. Just snippets of his comedy on YouTube. Steve Hughes. Was it Steve? Stephen Hughes. Stephen. The heavy metal guy.
Oh, yeah. The Aussie guy that went over to... Is that him?
Yeah. I think he moved to London. So he was just Aussie, but he was over in Europe and UK. He was great. He's so good.
It's funny because he's someone I haven't watched much of. And I know he's like completely up my alley.
Yeah, because he's all about... He comes out and he's like... Yeah. Everybody... He's really good, and he's super Aussie as well,
Mhm.
which is yeah, I thought he was great. Him and Carl Barron.
Nice.
I like some.
Do you listen to metal and stuff?
Nah,
No.
can't stand it.
Fair enough.
Nah, I can stand it. I can stand it. I just like you know, I just grew up with different music, so it's more nostalgic to me than I can see. Like I see my friends get down to like, they're like, oh, this is so sick, bro, and like can just see them like channeling their childhood, and I can appreciate it. But when you learn to appreciate like hip hop, R&B music growing up, then when you just hear that like as an adult, and you just you know, you just get down to it. I'm sure
Yeah.
you understand.
Yeah.
It's probably the same for you, but opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever listen to hip hop? Listen to rap?
I listen to a bit of rap. Yeah. I listen to stuff like Denzel.
Name one artist. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Denzel Curry.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
He's
yeah.
pretty good. He's pretty good. I like him. He's scream. Oh, it's kind of screamo, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he incorporates some metal stuff in
Yeah.
there too. Yeah.
My cousin does that. My cousin is a rapper, Zayn, Xain, but he came from a background of liking metal and like punk. So like his music is like rap and screamo and punk, and he screams really well. And I've tried to scream like for music, and yeah, it's hard. It's actually really hard. It's an art. Can you
I can't do it.
Do
no.
it.
No, I can't
Do
do
it.
it.
Nah, try it.
I'm not trying it on the pod.
How do you know?
I'm not definitely not trying it on the pod.
Why not? This is your this is your opportunity.
It'll be awful.
Listen,
It'll
I'll
be
do
so
it with
bad.
you.
Hey man, you can go ahead, but
Well, I don't know how to do it. You've obviously studied this. You look like you should be able to.
I should be able to, but I can't.
You can't have that hair.
Yeah.
Oh, are you wearing a metal shirt as well?
No, I'm wearing a UFC shirt.
Ah, is that? Oh yeah, it's Volk. Sick. He's not really a screamo kind of guy, I don't think.
Nah, not really.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think you just need to be a little bit louder, you know.
Louder.
But I'm also not someone who knows how to do it, so I can't.
Oh, come on. You've got to... I don't even know what it sounds like, because they've got different kinds of screams, you know, like sometimes a high-pitched scream, the low-pitched scream, the Mongolian throat screaming. Have you...
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. You're
Yeah.
clearly not going to do it.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chill. Let's chill. Next time. Maybe one day.
One day.
I believe in you.
Thanks, man. I'll learn and get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you need like a near-death experience. to
You're
really
right.
get it. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I've actually been practicing because I went on a roller coaster for the first time. I lost my roller coaster virginity. Have you?
Yeah,
ever-
just the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to Movie World?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've been following me?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because you posted on Instagram.
Yeah, okay, fair. I don't like that. I'm telling everyone my business.
Yeah.
And now I can't tell them stories because they've just seen it on my story. It was the hypercoaster.
Yeah.
Only one in the southern hemisphere, apparently. And it had the Joker's face on it. It was so ominous. We were driving up and you could see it from the highway, just looking like the Joker just looking down at you.
Mm-hmm.
But I went on it and I was like, oh, should I not scream? Should I try not to scream? And then I just couldn't help it. No, I screamed. I was screaming some ridiculous, like, I don't know what got into me, but I was saying some obscene things. And I was fifth wheeling with two couples and there's two seats. So I had to sit with a random person and it was this lovely looking little like Chinese lady. And I was like, I'm so sorry, but this is going to be...
You just swearing.
Yeah, swearing. It wasn't just swear words. It was like, I kept, like, I think I was screaming high pitch in the most girlish voice that I wasn't scared and that this ain't nothing to me. Like, I'm from Darwin. You know, I started screaming. And then at the end, I can't remember what she said to me, but whatever it was kind of snapped me back to reality, and I realized I was being crazy because she said something. She said, like, "Are you okay?" or something at the end, but like more intense. And then I got off and I was like, and I was doing like a wall sit to try and just, obviously it's a freaking roller coaster. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just walk off like normal? I did like a wall sit. And then the freaking lady came up and asked me if I need a nurse. And she was like, "I'll take you to the nurse." I'm like, the disrespect.
She's just concerned about you.
Yeah, but it's I just got off a roller coaster. Like, am I supposed to be chilling right now?
It is the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere.
Thank you. And yeah, it was crazy. I had tears in my eyes. My whole body was buzzing. And I forgot to wear underpants. So I was like, if I shit myself, everyone's getting fucked up.
Everyone is collateral damage.
Because we're twisting around and shit. Anyway.
Freeballing at the fucking...
Look,
what
man.
the fuck, dude? That's where you're going to do it?
Yeah, I know. It was my bad. It was a laundry malfunction. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Happens to the best of us.
So after the... Yeah, so you got up to the state final for Raw. And how did your state final go?
Oh, it was great. It was the best gig I think I've ever had. I just got out there, like, I dressed nice. I like rehearsed my jokes, and I felt like I kind of had it together, because that was the biggest thing for me, like going from reading to remembering and being out in front of people. And then I talked to my cousin about a few of my jokes, and everything was looking good. I was like, I've made it. This was how far, like, this was my goal, to make it to the final on the States and go to the entertainment center and just, you know, like, that's a great experience to have. And then, it just went really well. From as soon as I got out there, I was like, oh, like, this is kind of cool. And then, everyone was just picking up what I was putting down. They were just loving it, which was crazy. And then I won. I couldn't believe it. I felt so bad because I knew all the other comics they were talking and stuff, like, they were, you know, working so hard. I just pulled up out of nowhere. Obviously, I was just happy to be there. I didn't expect to win. And yeah, I had so many mixed emotions, like, you know, getting caught up and shit. I was almost pissed off a little bit. I was like, fuck's sake. Like,
pissed off?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's not fair on everyone else. It felt like it wasn't fair on everyone else. Like, I still did really well. It was a really good gig, but part of me felt like, man, what a dickhead. Like, what? Yeah, I felt like I hadn't worked hard enough.
That's a really...
Yeah, I should probably see a psych about that.
Yeah, definitely talk to someone about that. Did you ever, going to the state, did you think you'd have any chance? Was there anything in your mind where you thought you were going to win? Nah.
Like, obviously I dreamed about it. I was like, yeah, dude, like, imagine, like, it's going to go well. Like, oh, imagine that. But realistically, I was like, yeah, like, there's some really good comics tonight. Like, I've seen them at the clubs. They did really well. Like, yeah, there's like three of them that I was like, holy shit, they're so funny. But it was just different. It was just different on the night. I just had a really good set, like a really good set on the night. And yeah, it was just weird. It was just weird going from a small room to a big room as well. I think that was played a big part in it as well.
And with did you rehearse a lot? Like, to moving from, like, reading off your phone to, like, the state, did you rehearse heaps? Or?
Nah, not, like, I just did it before the gig. Just tried to read through and just remember. And then the day of the final, I spent, like, the day, like, most of the day, I would just try and remember it. And then, yeah, that was it. Recorded a few times. Like, I didn't spend, like, days on it, but I spent a lot of time on the day. to try to get it together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so you won the state, went to Melbourne. Was Melbourne the first place that you'd performed? Well, obviously it would have been the first place you performed outside of Darwin, right?
Hell yeah.
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 Did you get many spots before doing the final?
Yeah, I got a spot there at I can't remember what it was called. Only small, 10 people, and like everyone was just concerned for my well-being. I don't think they got the jokes very much. That's what I noticed. Going into it, I was like, oh, this Melbourne's different. Like, yeah. So it was the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm gonna get to be on TV. Like, this is awesome. And yeah, I still like that was even more so. Like, the guys were so experienced. Like, obviously the people, were so experienced and so funny backstage. And we watched the they made us perform to each other.
Yeah, I've seen that in they show that on the clips, and like where it's like a little room and it's just, and I feel like for me that would be the most nerve-wracking or awkward part of it, right?
Yeah, dude, it sucked. It was so bad. Like, it was nice. Everyone laughed at each other, you know, but it's also awkward because I was laughing. Like, I was like appreciating the mastery in the jokes like that people had. I was appreciating like the bravery like that people had, and some of the weird shit that they were saying like in front of 12 of us, you know. And it's obviously, it feels more judgy because they're all like comics who've won their respective state title and obviously have worked very hard. So like I couldn't even really talk to anyone back there because they were also like, they're talking about bombing. I'd never bombed at this point. Like it was just, I was like a fish out of water a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. I mean, you'll see, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, it was an interesting experience to be performing to 12 comedians in an empty room. For sure.
And you said about how like you haven't bombed at that point. You would have only been within like your first 10 gigs or something crazy?
I think it was like number 5 or 6.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know if that would count as a gig. To me, it was still a big thing. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta get up on stage, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've only done this a few times.
Yeah.
I felt like it, eh? It did feel like another gig. I'm like, oh, another one under the belt. You know?
But I just mean like being televised. So like that would have been what, your 6th or 7th? Like that would have been like within 10 gigs you're on TV. That's insane.
I know.
That's crazy progression. Very few.
Yeah.
Like can say that, oh yeah, within my 5th gig or my 6th gig was TV, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah, it was yeah. And I remember, I think it was Gideon, because I was shitting myself the whole time, and I think he could kind of tell, you know. And he's such a nice guy. Like, NT always just they don't fall on their face, but NT, you know, just there for the experience most of the time. Like, never won it before, so. Everyone from the NT is like, just go down, like, enjoy yourself. Don't, like, be hard on yourself. You're not, like, this is not a competition that, you know, like, just go down and enjoy. You know, you've already made it. And I was really nervous, and Gideon was just so, like, just nice to me. He was just saying really nice things. And one thing he said to me was that there was a guy who came through and did just the Raw as his starting, and he won the whole thing. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, right. And it was like he was planting a little Easter egg, you know. I don't know what it was, but he's like, oh, don't, because I was like, oh yeah, obviously I'm not gonna win this thing, I'm just here for like, happy to be here. And he's like, yeah, you never know. And then yeah, absolutely ridiculous. That's why I don't feel like, you know, that's why I feel a type of way about it, because it was so early. And I was like, I remember thinking, it's only downhill from here, you know. Already on TV. Yeah, obviously that's still the biggest gig I've done.
Yeah, but at least, like, as well, like, the judges, like, they obviously a big thing about Raw as well is that they would have in your material, like they see, you know, something different and unique as well. Yeah. And they see that potential in you too. Like, so that, so you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if it's like 5 gigs or 500. Like, you either have it or you don't as well. Yeah. So
I think that because I had a few suicide jokes, I think they just did it out of pity. To be honest, like, do we really need a death like on our conscience? Who knows? But yeah, that's about it.
And then in the interview, on the Raw interview, you say that you didn't know there was a prize for winning the national. Was that true? You didn't know about Edinburgh or anything?
Nah, bro. Nah.
You had no idea?
No way, nah. And plus, when they were telling me about the prize, they didn't say anything about Edinburgh. They just said that it was 5K. And, that's what Stella told me. She's like, yeah, it's 5K. And I was like, what? And they're like, what would you do if you won? And I was like, I'm gonna buy me a car, you know? And, so I'm not saying I was disappointed, but I was shocked to find out that it was actually money that goes towards
the travel,
going to Edinburgh to perform at like the biggest arts festival or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's sick! Wow. Yeah, right. Just keep taking the bus then. Right. So yeah,
and
it was true. Yeah.
And how did you feel like performing to that many people?
Yeah, it was chill. It was fun. It was just as scary, if not less scary, than performing to like 10 people who are like staring up at you.
Yeah.
It's like so many people. There was a cheery atmosphere. It looked really professional. And I basically just looked at the ground for most of the time anyway. So it was chill. The floor looks pretty similar in most stages. It's that black kind of marine ply. I know it well.
Do you still look at the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have a joke about it now, so we're right.
Hell yeah.
Use it to my advantage.
So did you go into... similar to a question with the state final, did you have any... Because of how the state final went, you didn't have any expectations. Did this time you're like, maybe there's a chance I win the...
Nah, bro.
No?
Nah, not at all. Everyone intimidated the hell out of me backstage.
Yeah.
No one, like, to be fair, you could tell that I love them now. Like, I love all the other contestants. Like, we all got really close. But you could tell they were like, you know, you're just here for, like, whatever. You're just the NT guy. They're all talking like in between each other. No one expected that to happen, and neither did I, obviously by proxy, but because it was very unlikely. So 100% it was just me like, oh, I've made it already. I'm gonna be on the TV. Doesn't matter if I mess it up, it's gonna be funny either way, and you know, some good dad law. But yeah, when they called it out, because I didn't know it was a good gig. Like, I got like a few applauses, and I was like, wow, like they really kind of like they're loving my shit. Like they're loving me right now. I was like, wow, what's wrong with these people? You know. And yeah, afterwards, after the gig, so after I finished my set, I went to like a special spot on the stairs and just like started crying. I was like, damn, that was heaps. That was like crazy adrenaline, and the fact that it went well, like, wow, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god. And then I like had my little joke book, wrote some little things in there. I was like, you did good, bro, like, wow, well done. And then you know, at that point I was just really happy just with how it went. I was like, oh, I did a good job, like made everyone proud, hopefully, back home. And then yeah, when they called it out, I was like, what? No way. I was like, that's stupid. And yeah, same thing. I also felt a bit bad because you know, kind of like everyone had been doing it for a few years and were really funny, working really hard. and I just felt like a bit of an imposter. Still have it, imposter syndrome. Obviously, I just started, but yeah. So if you get there and you win it, just remember you deserve it. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
Good. You do that.
No.
Keep it in there.
It's crazy to me that it's crazy to me that you feel like you don't so you still don't feel like you.
Nah, I'm good now.
You're good now?
I killed
all right,
that.
I'm just checking in on you, dude.
Peter, I killed that shit. All right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just no. Yeah, I don't. It means it's all the same now. Like it doesn't matter, you know. And I've been like, I racked my brains. I'm like, why? Why did they choose me? Like,
yeah.
It's a weird thing, like to win something. Like it's just weird. It's just very strange to try and process that about yourself. But I'm like, whatever. They picked a bro for whatever reason. It happened. And I think it was Anthony. Oh, it's Tom Nowak, the comic in Melbourne.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, right. He's like a pretty boy. But I met him one night randomly afterwards, and everyone's been like saying, "Oh, like congratulations!" Like, "Oh, well done!" Like, you must be really good," or some shit like that. And I was like, actually not that good, dude. I've been doing this for 2 months. Like, it's really not that great. Like, I did well in a whatever it's called, an observatory theater full of 1,400 people, but like I've barely been in a club before, and like making 10 people laugh is very difficult. I feel like 1,400 anonymous, nameless, faceless faces, like silhouettes, wasn't too bad. Like, but when you see like blank faces looking up at you, they're just like, I've just finished work. I don't give a fuck. Like, who are you? I don't care who you are. Make me laugh, monkey.
Yeah.
I came here to drink and laugh because I'm not having a good time. I don't know. It was hard. But he said to me, he's like, look, man, it's something. Like, it doesn't mean that it's maybe not everything, but it's something. And I was like, damn, bro, you just helped me out heaps by saying that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, who gives a fuck if I deserved it or not? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just yeah, maybe I should see someone.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't matter. It just happened. I gotta work on now becoming good at the craft and making things work like a machine. Like, instead of just, it was the first 5 minutes I wrote. I didn't know anything about writing jokes. I still, after that, I was like, yeah, I'll just write some more jokes. How the fuck do you do that? And I was like, oh, I had some funny like thoughts and little things that I thought were funny. Like, I was like, is that a joke? Or is that just a premise that I think is funny? Like, oh, that's kind of funny, So now I'm here. Slowly got better. And yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I think, that's really cool advice to go. Like, it's basically, you have that really cool thing under your belt. Now just keep getting up and, over time that, because, as you, like, you're still within like your first like year or so of comedy, and I feel like it takes years to like get really good. Yeah,
that's what I've been realizing. I'm like, I think what it's been for me is like thinking I'm the shit. Oh, I didn't really think I was the shit, but I'm like, oh, am I the shit? Like, am I the shit? I just won this competition out of nowhere. Am I a beast? And I just don't know it. And then realizing like, nah, bro. You gotta work. You gotta work for this. You gotta get better at, the things that you like. You gotta get better at the craft. Got to get better on stage and have a better presence. You just got a good opportunity and make the most of it. Type shit.
And what's next for you? With your comedy and stuff.
Comedy Zone. I got accepted on the lineup, which is good. It's like I went to the Comedy Zone last year, and it was amazing to watch Henry Yan and William Wang, and I'm not very good with names, but I went and met everyone backstage before Raw, and yeah, they were like some superstars back there. They were looking like they were having a really good time. And then I watched the show, really high level, great stuff. Oh, Raffle was there too, and yeah, I'm just excited to do a whole month, 10 minutes. Like we only get like a spot. I was lucky. After Raw, they gave me a spot every week, and they're just like, oh, well, sort of. But every time there was a show, they're like, oh, you can get up and do your 5. So I just kept doing that, working on my 5 for Edinburgh, and then by the time I wanted to get rid. I didn't want to do that 5 ever again. Like I've done it so many times. I'm like, that's what I was like struggling with. I'm like, dude, I can't keep talking. It's about my ex-girlfriend. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep talking about my ex. I already had a different girlfriend. It'd been years. I had a different girlfriend, and she had to sit there and watch me tell jokes about my ex-girlfriend over and over and over. And then my ex-girlfriend found out that I told jokes about her, and she made some online video about me. She responded. Do you know that?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned it last time I saw you, but what did she have to... So
Well,
she responded.
She just knew that I told jokes about her, but she jumped the gun, and before hearing them, she went online and was like, if you think your breakup is bad, like, try having your boyfriend start stand-up comedy and win a competition telling jokes about you on your back. And I was like, oh, funny guys. She was so funny. I always thought she was hilarious, but and the video was so funny as well. But then I was like, oh no, because I kept it so anonymous. I'm like, oh, you wait till you see them. Oh, because
Yeah.
they're like loosely based on her, you know, like just loosely based as in she got really upset because I said, oh, me and my ex used to have the same mental problems or something like that. I thought me and my ex were compatible, but it was actually our mental illnesses that were compatible. And she really didn't like that.
yeah, I guess I understand, but
Yeah,
I get it.
Nah, fair enough. And then I just got sick of that 5.
Yeah, that's fair. So you said she got upset about the jokes before hearing them. Did someone snitch?
Nah, she didn't get upset. She was just, I think she was just having a laugh, to be honest. Like, about like, if you think your breakup's bad, like, try having your ex.
Okay, yeah. I did, yeah.
And then it went semi-viral on the Tiki Toki. And people were like, cancel Omar. I was like, what? Already? Fuck.
The rise and fall.
Yeah, I know,
of
bro.
Omar.
It was horrible, man. And then fuck it, I'll just talk about it. And then another girl that from my past came out. All these girls that I used to know came out and started like being like, oh, this, that. So that's why I was like, am I famous now? Like, why have I got video? Why are they making videos about me? And she was saying that she's like, I dated him too. We didn't. I don't think we dated. It was like a week of it was a fling. But anyway, we're not gonna get into the details. My bad, type shit. But then she was like, when was that? And then they found out it was the same year. And then they were trying to say that I was like,
They tried to match calendars.
Dude, they're like, yo, like he was dating us at the same time. I can't even manage dating one person. I don't know what. Yeah, it was just close on the calendar. back perhaps, maybe, you know, who knows? I can't remember, but definitely not the same time. Plus, me and my ex had broken up a long time ago. So, I was in the clear, but then I had all these videos up, and then people like showed me, and then my girlfriend at the time, and I'm sitting there. I just come to Melbourne to do a run of gigs, and Cam, the freaking one of the other finalists from Raw, was like, check out this video, bro, that your ex made. And I was like, nah, bro, like I'm with my girl right now, like maybe we shouldn't watch that video. And he's like, nah, dude, it's fine, it's not even bad. And then he showed us, and it was terrible. And then my girl at the time she had to do the full stalk of her TikTok, my ex's TikTok, and my ex still had TikToks of us when we were together on there, and it was just like, it went from 2 weeks, we were supposed to be on like a little honeymoon together, and we ended up working through shit the whole time, and eventually broke up. So
yeah.
And the other girl who made a TikTok about me came to one of my gigs and heckled me. I forgot that she lived in Melbourne now, but she and all her friends came down to my gig and were like acting all crazy.
Oh, so they did it maliciously?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
yeah. Because I wasn't sure if, because you said that your ex was having a laugh. I thought it was like, haha, but she was still being malicious about the whole thing.
That one was funny. This was the girl who I had a fling with.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know her that well, but yeah, she came down with all her friends, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I tried to say hi, and so I was like, oh, hey, and she was just like, gave me the finger, and I was like, I bet. Did my set, still made them laugh though, and then
still got them.
Yeah, and then my girlfriend like rushed over, and we like went across the road to another bar, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to leave because I feel like when the break comes, it's gonna come over here, and she's like, we're like, oh nah, but then it was too late. They came over, and then we tried to leave, and then she chased us down the street. She's like, I just need to say one thing, and just went at me and just tore me to shreds in front of my new girlfriend. And I was in there like, damn. And then I started, we all just, it was messy, bro. It was messy. But yeah, we good now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Comedy Zone is,
yeah.
And
oh, dude, I can't imagine what the freaking gods have in store for me for that one. But yeah, no, I'm just married to the game now.
Yeah.
Just
married to the game.
Yeah, just spend my Fridays and Saturdays doing jokes and writing jokes.
Hell yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm glad. Sweet. Where can people find you?
At my house.
Well, what's the address?
They can find me. Sometimes I do rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Find me at the gym, working on my fitness. Sometimes I go have a little cheeky pint.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little dancey dance in Darwin or in Brisbane or Melbourne or anywhere. Probably social media. Probably a good way to track me. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for clarifying. Yeah, you can find me on people can find me on Instagram at omargad.no. It's at OMAR for your people. OMARGAD.NO.
Very good.
.no. Yeah.
Sweet. Well,
yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.